What's going on, YouTube? We are back today. It is now November, so as you can tell, it's pretty dead outside. I'm going to be starting something new for this YouTube channel. It's a little late in the year, obviously, to start something, especially in Michigan. I'm going to be calling these series the progression sessions. And what I plan on doing is trying to go out and learn something new. It doesn't have to be crazy new. I'm not doing tricks. I'll probably never do tricks. So I'll just kind of get that out of there. But it can go from doing my opposite side on whips to literally riding a turn track with one hand, just trying to learn something new every single time I go out. And it's actually something I've been doing just in general all summer long. Is every time I went out with a purpose to try and improve and learn something new. So I figured, why not document it and throw it on YouTube? And saying progression session just kind of stuck with me. So I'm going to be doing that today. This is the first video in the series. Also, I just finished up the active shoot for my brand new gear line dropping, the full white. I just did a photo shoot for that. That should be dropping by the time this video drops. I'm pretty stoked on that. It's really sick gear. I'm also rocking the brand new vest as well. And as well, I got the fresh hat. That's also coming out very soon. But yeah, we're gonna try this new series out. I'll want to hear you guys' opinions on it and what you guys think. Yeah, we're gonna give this thing a try and see where we end up. All right, so we're gonna work on some seat bounce whips. Obviously, I'm pretty familiar with that, but it's pretty windy out right now. So we're keeping it a little bit more familiar, I should say. The wind doesn't affect me too much, and I'm really not like that high up in the air. If it was I would say more like a freestyle ramp style, it would probably affect me more because I don't have as much forward momentum, and it would take my front end a little bit more. But since I'm kind of slicing through the air, it's not terrible. Yeah, that one wasn't too great. The lean angle is all right, but I just kind of scared myself. And when I scare myself, I tend to like kind of turn it down and kind of just straighten out of it. So honestly, the easiest way to like kind of get out of when you're in trouble. My front end, as I was just saying it wasn't, and I just turned down out of it because it kind of stands the bike up, keeps me a little safer. It just gives you like an exit route. Back a little bit too much. That one was a little sketchy. There you can see where I landed and I was a little sideways. That one was a little sketchy. Okay, I lied earlier. The wind's affecting me a little bit too much to be doing this safely, and I'm not going to be able to make as much progress as I would like to. Okay, so since the wind is getting a little bit too sketchy to kind of be consistent with throwing whips, and just had a little bit of a scary landing, I'm going to try and work on my balance a little bit and try to get these nose wheelie landings down. It's something that's like, those are pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but they're easier than you think if the landing's nice and like mellow and you have a nice step up. For something like this, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because the arc of my jump, I'm almost landing like pretty heavy, or I am landing pretty heavy. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult. I'll do the stoppies, or I'll try to nail one down, and then I'll move into wheelie. I've been trying to get these nose wheelie landings. It's a little bit easier on a step up. You know, I was doing it at Club Mex like fairly easily. On this, it's a little bit more difficult because of the arc of the jump. is higher and you have more force coming down on your front end. So it's harder to get the balance point. But we're gonna see if we can't nail it. Just a little bit too short. Something like this. And it's a little bit easier today because the dirt's super tacky. So you just gotta find that right balance point. It's hard on this jump. I think it's like 110, 120 feet. So it's a little bit more difficult than it seems. Nah, I think the rear wheel touched. Like I sit down and land, and when I land, the rear end just taps just a tiny bit. I think I can get it. It's gonna be a little difficult. I'm short. Nope. It's like I almost gotta soak it up, like I'm racing. Really got to time it like perfectly. Did the wheel touch? Fuck. It's super difficult because of how much force you have when you're landing. It just wants to bring the rear wheel down. Nope. I keep coming up just a tad short. Too long. All right. I'm gonna do some wheelies now. Nice little first try. It wasn't the smoothest, but whatever. That wind's pretty gnarly. Okay, so I almost need like a more of like a step up jump because the force from trying to land on such a, not a super steep landing, but it's a little bit steeper than preferred. The force is just kind of bringing the rear end down. Like if you guys watch the Club MX video, that's a big step up and the landing's pretty tame. So it's super easy just because of how mellow it is. This one's almost too aggressive of a landing to actually get on the front end and make it stick without going over. But you really need to soak up the face of the jump. Really get on it when you land to keep that rear end up. Otherwise, it's just gonna tap, and I mean, you can tap it and go, but it's not the goal here, you know? We're gonna switch it up. We're gonna do some wheelies, a couple cool like wheelie landing combos, and we'll see where we're at after that. Sketchy with the wind. That feels pretty cool. It's so like weightless. Yeah, that's sick. I do it the exact same way I'm throwing a whip. I just don't like kind of lean. I just kind of lean off the face and let the bike go and just grab. Oh, that wind's picking up. That is a sick pig. Hit stop recording when I grabbed it. Hey! Hey! That's actually really cool. So that wraps this video about up. Progression session episode 1. I really wanted to focus on seat bounce whips, but with this wind, it just didn't really feel that safe. I had a couple close calls. At the beginning, it wasn't really affecting me. After, 10-15 minutes, it was kind of starting to take my front end, and it's just random gust, and that probably wasn't the safest. So switched it up, did some wheelies. Actually used to struggle a lot with landing in a wheelie. Repetition and progression, right? You practicing it, you're bound to get better at it. So we did some of that. Tried to get the nose wheelie landings. That was a fun episode 1. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more of this series, what you want to see me do. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing tricks like I said earlier, but general in riding, if you want to see me go to the track, if you want to see me do motos, want to see me do turn track stuff, if you want to just see me continue to work on my free ride side of the sport and free ride side of my career, whatever you guys want to see, I'm all ears and I'm all for to learn and produce the best videos for you guys, so you guys keep entertained and you guys stay tuned with this. Not sure how much more riding I'll be getting out of Michigan right now. It's like I said earlier, it's 40 degrees out. We had an inch of snow earlier this week, so it's actually very surprising that I was even able to ride today, let alone the conditions be as good as they were. Might head south. I might head down to the CGI facility. I know he has a free ride course down there. Might go to WW. They have some free ride jumps, and that track is just awesome. All over the East Coast. I plan on heading out west to California in January-ish after Christmas. I don't really want to go out there and then have to come back for Christmas and bounce all over the country. So I'll probably go out after Christmas and do that whole thing on that side of the country, which I'm super excited because that's really that's where I feel the most comfortable. Let me know what else you guys want to see. If you want to see me continue to push out these episodes, once a week, twice a week. I'm obviously still going to do the other, videos that go into a track or riding somewhere or riding the dunes or whatever it is. I think the progression session, I think it's a cool idea, and I'm excited to see what you guys think. So let me know, drop a comment below, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. Share it if you want to. We'll catch you guys in the next one.